Welcome back to my studio. I'm Yvette Mecca. Let's go. Darlings, do come in. Come in. We need to have a chat, okay? Have yourself a happy little seat. Grab your tea because it is time to just flip that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Yvette Mecca, a mixed media artist, and I just love playing with paper and cutting up fabric and just doing all kind of crazy madness around these parts. I love mixing mediums together to make something gorgeous and usable. You know, this project, what I'm getting ready to show you, is my first. Okay, first among many to come. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I am so excited. I can't even contain it. It's one of those projects where it's your baby because it's your first, and I don't want to let her go. Oh my gosh. Let me introduce you to Orange Crush. Dun, da, da, da. Orange Crush, everybody. If you've been following my Talk Trash series, this is the journal that I was speaking about in regards to I'm going to challenge myself because I have an upcoming swap. And yeah, this is her. This is her. My swap partner. Okay, let me this is the disclaimer. My swap partner loves orange. She loves fall. She loves nature themes, peaceful landscapes, watercolor, art fodder, just a little bit of this, just a little bit of that, So I wanted to challenge myself because in that video, the last video that talks about trash, I showed you my stash and I showed you all the different type of trash that I have been collecting. And one thing I didn't show you, I have this huge, bag. I'm trying to think of how many pounds, maybe a 3 pound. No, that's not big. I'll have to show it to you, but not right now. I have a really big bag of little bits and doodads, what have you, that seem to find their way into this bag. Hold on one second. I have something in my eye. Okay, excuse me. I apologize. As I was saying, this bag seems to find the little tidbits after I'm done with it's a big bag of scraps, basically. It's the end bits of a ribbon roll. It's the end bits of a fabric roll. What else is in that bag? I can't think offhand what else could be in there. Elastic, a little bit of everything that yarn, some yarns in there. Nothing tangible like jewels or jewelry, glitter. Nothing like that. So I found these two bits of fabric, these two patterns, and that is our running theme. This fabric. I only have like a little bit left, to be honest with you. I only have like a little bit left. So I just wanted to burst. This is my Orange Crush. I'm pairing it with blues and greens, just a little bit because my focus is on her favorite color, which is orange. And I am aiming to keep it classy yet trashy. So let's see how I did. I noticed that a lot of creators with these books, they do it's a detailed video of the journal itself. So I'm going to do my best without talking too much. Because I can definitely do that. The rules were, if I'm not mistaken, 80% trash, 20% not trash. I can credibly say that this book is about 98% trash, if not 99. It's probably, I probably have about maybe of hand. I can count on my hand how many digital prints that I actually printed versus an offcut of another project. So starting with the cover is made with Amazon packaging. We have a digital here. We have an offcut of no, this flower here is one of many that I printed. Too many flowers for the project I was working on. I tend to do that. Too many words, too many elements, and they become in my stash. Not necessarily going to trash it, but use it somewhere else. Hopefully that counts. I'm still in that, you know, that space. These are bits from my little bin that I do have on my desk here. This little container. I have a container of little bitty bits all the way down to like little bitty bits for clusters. So we have some of those coming from there. This was a punch on a vellum envelope, a vellum folder. We have layering with napkin in the background. We have stitching going on all the way around the circumference of the journal. So let's go inside. But before we do, this is an alligator mouth. She does not like to keep her mouth closed, but she does mind her business, okay? So yeah, this is how she sits. It's how she stands. Now, mind you, I might be too close. Mind you, she may be bulky, yet she will lay flat. She is definitely durable. I love writing space, so I hopefully gave her enough of that. I don't know. I should have asked, but I didn't. If she prefers more images versus writing space, but let's see. Let's see how I did. So here's our front panel. Over here, I've done some modeling paste on top of, is this a cereal box? Cookies. This is a cookie box, the panel of the cookie box. Fabric, flower, magazine fodder, book pages. And this is actually a long time ago. I pulled a lot of words from a magazine and I copied the magazine. I copied those words. So this is a piece of that. The background is a envelope. It is, I'm trying to think of, I have it up here. It's not it's one of the orangey, like 6x9 envelopes. So that's what this is going on here. Some napkin, some painted paper, basically. Over here, we have our table of contents. I printed too many of these. So I did not create this for this journal. I have several of these laying around from other projects. I did create this digital, and it has a note on the back to my swap partner. This next page, we have magazine paper that I use. I did lattice pocket here, and I took candy wrapper or package from, I love and use a lot or eat a lot of peppermints for my migraine headaches. So I have a lot of these wrappers. And so I took the wrapper and did a little shaker. This is the band from one of those packs of probably, I don't know, something food related. I don't want to claim something that it's not, but it's a food product. It'll show itself further down in the journal. This is from the cereal box. And we have writing space on the back. It's a digital that I did produce. And then the background, we have the Cheerios box. Layered on top is the pattern tissue paper. And I have plenty of that, and I've been gifted some of that tissue paper, well, pattern paper. So that is there. Cowtails is a caramel piece of candy. It's a long tube. If you like and enjoy Caramel. This is definitely a go-getter. This is the bottom or side of a box. You should often see that. I broke the box down completely and tried to use every bit of the boxes. Okay. This page here is my receipts. I think I have a layer of excuse me, gesso on it, and then some painting going on. Mary Jane candy flower here, book page, magazine page. As you can see, cheddar. We have the face of that packaging, and then inside we have a Ruffles booklet. So we have a nice little scenery, something I would definitely enjoy in my backyard. So I have that going on in here. We have one of my stickers, and then some of my paint that dried up. We just turn that little piece off, a piece of that, into a pocket. Now this paper is Amazon packaging that all that balled up paper that they put in there. I took it and ironed it, and voila, that's there. My daughter uses, can you see that, creamers? So this is one of those creamers. This is from a magazine. This quote, T tag. The background is also magazine. This is the backside of that magazine image. We have another pocket made from magazine. This backside of the T tag. Quote, I think it was from the same magazine, if I'm not mistaken. Probably on the other side of that page, but it corresponds with this particular page. We have some flowers. And she can gesso. I didn't gesso on everything. I gessoed on most. It's either going to be gesso or chalk paint. And we have soap. It is covered with book pages. And again, these she can put whatever medium she would like on the back. And who doesn't want to wash their hands after, loving on a cow? Need some soap, baby. On this page, we have some leisure paper, painted paper that I created. This is the top of one of another packaging that's going to come up later on down the line. Some flowers from one of my garden books. The number as well is from the garden book. And we have that Amazon packaging backing it. The background of this feels like the Amazon packaging. I did another shaker, little shaker from the candy wrapper there. So that's there, like so. Flip her over. We have an envelope, some images from the magazine. Flip her over. We have paper towels that I use when painting. So the bits from that. Behind here is a piece of tulle, and it was on here as well. I didn't even think to show you that or emphasize. It's a piece of tulle over top of a piece of corrugated cardboard, painted. So same there. We have book page, magazine page, some offcut of a piece of scrapbook. And she opens up. She opens up again. Some more writing space. Let's have a little tuck here. Can you see that? Am I in frame? A little tuck here. There's a little quote here under this tuck. And I have another one here under this tuck. Now, this is an offcut, or it's an offcut. Printed too many. So just, printed too many. And we're going to stick this in here because an attitude of gratitude brings opportunity, my love. I took the Mary Jane wrappers and created paper. Let's tuck that back up under there and close her. Give me a second. I will be right back. I need to adjust this camera. There we go. Okay. All right. So on this page, we have the Mary Jane packaging as a pocket. We have a side pocket, I should say. Nice Ginger Rogers cocktail. And that's a magazine page. Slide that in there. And up top, inside the actual pocket, we have a field of flowers, which I made into a little writing tag. It feels like some farmland, but it is definitely peaceful landscape. And this is also being backed with more of that packaging, that Amazon packaging. This piece here is probably the bottom of one of the boxes. And we just created a tab with them. That's there, and we flip it over and you see the back side of it with the ingredients and what have you. This is a piece of no, these are the bits and the bits from the bottom of the box. This here is some fodder with magazine book pages, some of the book page and the fabric, some of my fake tape, and this opens up, and that's that piece of that box. This has some book page here in the background, and then we have those pieces of the boxes. So I think I use some gel medium. Over top of this is gel medium, and then some chalk paint. So, and then some splatter with Tim Holtz paints and inks I've used in creating this as well. This is on the back of some of that Amazon packaging again. And I just used my metallic pen and did some doodling. I did a lot of doodling. I had to stop myself. We have magazine page in here, which is the center of this. There's two signatures. The center of this particular signature. And it's backed with some of that Amazon packaging. And we have tabs made out of book pages. This next page is watercolor flowers made in a coming from a gardening book. The quote came from one of my magazines. I think it's Bella Grace. That's the magazine. You've seen these on the sides, on the bottom of boxes. So if we flip that up and it comes down, flips down, and there's extra writing space below. Writing space here. This is magazine. Fringe I created. Cheetos bag. And the top of that bag I use as ribbon. Flip her open to some secret journaling. And you pull here. And we have more soap. Because after you eat all them darn Cheetos, you don't want to be orange. You want to clean your hands. So we have some soap. And tuck her right on in. Flip her up. Slide her down. If I scoot her down just a little bit, The top has hidden pocket. So we pull her out. These are some gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous images. Where do we get this from? Somerset. I hope I'm sticking it in there. I think I am. This page is trimmed. Let me flip this open again. This page is trimmed with fabric. Okay. So we get a hold of that fabric and flip her over. We have our oatmeal box. We have some fodder flowers that I created. And we have the opening mechanism here, which is our leaf that fell off of our flowers. Flip it open to some hidden journaling space. Trash today, treasure after tea. Flip her over, more fodder flowers. Flip it over. We have some book page. This was actually an offcut, to tell you the truth. This whole piece was an offcut. The top of this narrow strip of paper, I used my tag maker, so that's there. And then I had a small one here, then created this window. We have our teacup here on top of that music sheet, and then under here is hidden just a little tuck. So we have some more tea, little tea tag. And then this was something that I created for myself and didn't use. It's just a little slither of paper that I put together so I can keep notes, but I can't remember to write the darn thing down. And then when I write it down, I forgot where I put it. So hopefully it'll be useful for her. So we're going to tuck that there. You'll see throughout some stenciling. You saw on the front, I did some modeling. I used some modeling paste. Here we have the Reese's piece of the box magazine. So we close her up. Oh, I did that wrong. Open her here. Oh, I feel like I'm on frame. Close this flap down. And, well, let me show you this. Remove the leaf. And here is a little tag. It goes a little deeper than this tag. I did do some stamping throughout as well. Let me just maneuver our leaf. Close her up. Here, this is the top of the orange. I forgot the name of the oranges, but it come in a little bag from Walmart. And that's this piece. This Lysol I pulled off of the bottle of the container of the Lysol, and this is a plain sheet of that paper, of that Amazon packaging paper. I took this and created a book, a little booklet. That bit comes from my bin of trash, and I just added some paint to her. Like I said, I ironed the Amazon paper. So fold her over the page. I was going to make a tag to hang off of this clip, but I had to stop myself at some point. Yeah, I had to stop. Next, we have another package. And when I was a kid, I loved these Chico sticks. Oh my goodness. And I came across them in the darn dollar store of all places. And they come in little bitty little packages like the peppermint. So I took the window and made a little shaker with the window in a hidden journaling space. Another, well, I don't know if I did it in the earlier. It's graphic. Leisure. Yeah, I do. Leisure paper. So some of Tim Holtz inks. We did some stitching. And it is adhered to this page, but we have a tuck. And this comes from the Somerset magazine. And it's backed with some book page that she can do whatever medium she likes for some journaling. I'm going to slide that back up there. Now we come to this page, which has a little fabric, a mini ruffle, a piece of that the piece of that box from the cookies is here, magazine, rug. Chalk it up to good taste, baby, because we are just doing too much. Some stamping going on here with some bits from my little bin, and we have a door. I love doors, and I just couldn't pass up this perfect orange door with our doormat. Duh. Now, where did she come from? I don't remember where I got this. I think this is Bella Grace. This is probably Bella Grace. Absolutely gorgeous. Love the feel of the paper. Don't know what box this came off of, but you've seen it. And this is the background, which is the magazine page. Here we have a magazine model. We have Smithsonian magazine in the back as a background page. Obviously, the Bounce dryer sheets. We'll see this packaging later on. I think it's a trail mix or something. It says, where's the most unusual place you've ever colored? And she's thinking. She has to think. Don't rush. Greatness. We have a coloring page. This is, let me see, the Coloring Studio is the name of this page. The name of where the book come from. And it also says stamp.inc or .com. Stamping.com. We have some coloring page here. And a little belly band. We have another shaker, little mini shaker. That belly band, that dryer sheet folds over and creates a pocket this time. We have some fodder flowers that I created, and we have a pocket in use. This, if you have seen my recent project from the design team, is the Whimsical Wonderland. I mean, Whimsical Woodland. And it did not want to print, and I could not get rid of her. She's gorgeous, and she's perfect for what we have going on. Absolutely gorgeous. Stick her back in here. We took, I told you in my trash talk video, my daughter collects, well, not collects, what am I talking about? We drink these drinks because she's most certain that they are what they say they are. Sugar-free, calorie count is low, and we have so many of them. I fell in love with this orange blast. She's fallen in love with raspberry lemonade. Like, everybody has a flavor. My husband has a flavor. My son has a flavor. Like, so I decided that I'm going to take this wrapper here, and we're going to make a fringe. So that's what we did. We made some fringe, and then I took it and made a flower head, and this is all that good stuff, baby. All that good stuff. Now, this is just a little bit I have on my desk because of the colors that I was using, and this just got here today. But the colors that I was using, because I have like bulbs of different colors, because I don't know, is that OCD or is that ADHD? Chop it up. This is the packaging that you've seen in the front, and she opens. She is empty so that my partner can fill her up, but she does open and she does work. This is napkin and book pages, magazine pages. Okay. Nice and plain, some fabric. Over here, we have that. There go the box. Here's the top of that box I was just speaking about. That's the tip of the tab part. So I took one of the magazine images and we laid it on top of some book page, and we made a little coin pocket. I'm not gonna show you what's inside because she's probably watching. Nosy self. This is a seed package. The sunflowers I probably did last year or the year before. Magazine page underneath as our background, our backdrop. More of that tea from that tea box that I broke down because I have several of the boxes, but we turned it into a tag here. Now we have some sandwich bags that we use or snack bags we use. So I took it and I made this shaker. We have the ruffle from our fabric we're using, some magazine, bits from magazines. And flip her over. We have a tuck back here. Some of our fall theme that she likes. Some writing space. And this is some pumpkin soup. Oh my gosh. Absolutely love pumpkin. Love pumpkin soup. So we have our pumpkin with our pumpkin soup. We have bits from the boxes to bring that all together. Over here, we have another dangle, another cluster, and a shaker. I'm calling it everything, but it's not. We have a tag. You saw the other one earlier. This comes from the Somerset magazine. And we have a flower as a tuck, and we all know who this is. If you don't, it's a children's book, and we have Mowgli. And yeah, that whole situation there. I have some of the pattern paper, the sewing pattern paper here. And tuck that in there. This comes from one of those food boxes. Flip her over. And we have a tuck here. But let me take this out. We have an up tuck, some cookies, ginger snap cookies. So we have this under the first tuck. Is a tray of cookies or plate of cookies. Yogurt lid. Magazine. Beautiful, beautiful tablecloth runner. And then we have a tuck behind here. So plenty of writing space. More of that tissue paper, that pattern paper, tissue paper there. That goes there. Tuck her back under here. This page, we just put a little cluster here with some receipts, a piece of the magazine, a piece of the Amazon packaging paper. This is a menu. Berry Diner. So this menu flips open. Comes from Somerset magazine. Somerset magazine. And she has a coloring little bit to go with her. So as you can see, a lot of orange going on here. So I went behind it and blotted out the black areas with some chalk paint. Gave her some lines for journaling. Flip her open. Same thing. Left that open for her. She might want to put a quote, a saying, a picture, a phrase. I don't know. It's up to your imagination and do what you will. Have fun and play. Some of my fodder flowers from the magazine and book pages, and then one of the magazine flower pots. One of the quotes, a quote from the magazine. A fringe is from the fabric that we're using. And in here we have a crock pot. Oh my goodness, does that not look divine? This definitely says fall dish and going into winter. Absolutely. So that's there. Flip her over and we have another piece of the magazine. I think this is from one of my gardening magazines. I'm not quite sure. But inside this pocket, we have that creamer from my daughter. My daughter likes. So we have the creamer, and we made a tag out of that. We have some carrots. This is rainbow carrots, actually. But it's not. This is not what they look like. Two different kinds of carrots. Be right back. Someone is ringing the doorbell. Where were we? This package of carrots, I love botanical interest. Oh my goodness. They have one of the best seeds company that I know of, and I personally use. Well, was using in my garden, but we will see. We have this new land that we're on, so we'll see if I'll be able to get into it this year. This is our friend garden over our lettuce. We have envelope. I opened it up. All journaling space. This quote is from the magazine. Some stamping. Oh, Matt, this is all over the place. Okay. Turn her over. And Chex Mix. That's exactly what I thought. This is the top of that Chex Mix bag. So we have some Trident gum here. I know she's just she's just out there doing her thing, right? But we focused over here. So the Trident packaging, I broke it down so it could be flat. So that's how it's laying flat in here. Okay. Okay. Trying to put this back while I'm talking. There we go. That's that. And then it's a tuck. So we lift that up, made in the USA from one of our Walmart bags. And this backing is a Walmart bag. And we are using our Amazon packaging. So we have some painted papers from the jelly plate and God knows where else. Some splashing going on here. And then all of this writing space to do what you will. Over here, we have a quote from Bella Grace, the magazine. We have our fodder lips from magazine. This ruffle here is actually Ritz crackers, which mimics our sweater, which came from, I don't know, one of the fashion magazines that I have. I don't know. Anyway, we have a magazine image, and we have some of my painted paper on the back. Our Reese's packaging has become our pocket. And we have this pull here. Gorgeous. Cluster. And I did not do anything to it because she can do what she will. In the background, let me move this. In the background, I do have some, this is chalk paint. We have a cluster here from the Reese's and from the Trident packaging as our tab. And this is one full sheet from one of the magazines. The book page was flipped over to this side. This watch word comes from one of the magazines as well. Down the center reinforcement is tea bags. Flip her over, we have this little sentiment from one of the magazines. This is a belly band from one of the traveling magazines. Our papers come from the fashion magazine. Now, it might tell me here. Let's see. Glamour. That came from a Glamour magazine. And I've used some of the Amazon packaging right there. This is from, I think, Somerset, or the journaling, one of the journaling magazines. So we have that here. On top, we have some barbecue chips. How cute is that? It's cute. Get into it. Get into it. So we have some chips, barbecue chips, inside our English tea shop, Honey Bush. I see how you say it. Berry punch tea. That's how you say it. So we have 2 pockets of those. And in this top pocket, we have some ice cream to go with our peach cobbler. And then we have a paint sample from Sherman Williams. This background belly band comes from Somerset Studios. It was so pretty. I didn't want to cover it up, but I was like, I have to. That's the whole purpose. Space. We have a cluster going on here. This heart was on a tag that I created. It was an offcut, or either I cut too many. This is a topper from one of those bags. This sentiment comes from one of the magazines, as well as this slither here from this cluster is a piece of that coloring book. And we have a little shaker here. Oh, up top we have a deep pocket, as you see. And I've had these images for years now and planned on using them in like paper dolls or something. But then I came across this project and said, you know what? She would love this. So I'm going to pass her on. Look at that. Look at that orange outfit there. Beautiful. And look at these flowers. Look at that hair. Just look at it. Because I could have very well cut out these flowers. And cut out all of that and just use that. But I'll let her have fun. This is another one I had cut out or taken out of the magazine. And this is an Elle magazine. So the Rihanna picture may have came from Elle because I have several of the Glamour magazines. Again, she can enjoy and cut it up or do what you will. Because I've had these for so long. Okay. Flip her over, plain Walmart bag, like so, for her to do her just deepest desires. Here we have some modeling paste going on with some of my fodder mushrooms. I think this is book page in the back with some stenciling. We have an envelope, actually, and we have a double pocket here and a third pocket here. So this bottom pocket holds a couple birds. We have this, let's do this back pocket. This back pocket holds something that I printed way too much of. It did not fit in the book I was trying to go in. So I'm sharing. Now I need to lift this up. Excuse me a minute. Because I'm on camera. You know how that is. If you don't know, when you try to do it on camera, it never works the way you want. You can't see and chew gum and walk at the same time. So we have a double pocket here. We're going to go in this back pocket. Like so. And then this front pocket holds this paper. It says, oh, working backward. Put it back in this pocket. Now this says green, the green collection, but this paper was definitely orange, my darling. So I'm going to take her and flip her over, which brings us to the front of that envelope. I left it plain for the most part. That the back side had a piece of receipt, so I just flipped it over. And I just put a little chalk paint down here with a mix of the color. And then this window, you have this gorgeous, gorgeous creature. And we have, from that Reese box, I made tags. I left them plain and just binded them together with some strip of the fabric that I'm using. Plain as in she can journal on them or, you know, use them somewhere else. We have another pocket here. Magazine images. Covered with book page. This is a book page, children's book page. A shallow pocket here. And this is Fashion Talk with some of that Amazon packaging. And then there we go. We have a pocket here Now they say this don't taste like pineapple. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's because it don't have any sugar in it, but it definitely doesn't taste like pineapple, and that's one of my favorite drinks. One of my favorite fruits. And I said, "Oh, Lifesaver." You know, Lifesaver is like good, but no, that's a no. And I bought 2 of them, and I'm not doing that again. That goes there. Flip her over. This is the back of the book page. This here is a piece of Frankenstein I slathered together. It's part of the tea bag, the tea box, the ginger and turmeric tea box. It's the barcode from that box. It's the bottom of the probably Ritz crackers box. Put them together with some fringe I created, and it's a little mini pocket. So we have a digital that I have in my stash, and the marigolds are just fabulous. You cannot not like them. They're that beautiful on here and in person. They are must in any garden. They bring all the insects to the yards, baby. We have a little mini secret journaling spot. Simple and easy to do. And she goes right in there. Painted paper, piece of magazine strip, piece of the paint sample as our tab, some more stenciling. Flip her over, and we have the bottom of somebody's box. I don't know who box this is. I think it may be Crackers, but it's the box, bottom of the box, envelope, something off of an envelope, fodder flower. This right here is from BHG magazine strip, and that's probably Home and Gardens. I'm not sure. It's one of those those home, recipes. That goes there. This is magazine image also, back with book page. This comes from the plant-based food. So I don't know. I don't think that come from there, but this did. And this is a tuck, as you saw. This is there's another tuck right here. A pumpkin walks into a bar and touches a toad. I backed it with some Amazon packaging, and it reveals this beautiful table setting. So we're going to tuck her back here. That didn't work. Like so. And you go down here, and then you go up here. Ta-da! Magazine image. And something I created, I think, for the bunnies, the Patchwork Bunny journal. And this was too big of an image, so it ended up in here. The backside or top piece of a box. A ticket that went to the which one was this? This was a kit I put together for endometriosis. So the ticket, and then we have our Honey Nut Cheerios little mini booklet. This one has a few pages. Okay, how cute. Stick her in here. Some of that graphic ledger paper. And we have a pocket. This is the mix, the Chex Mix. The back side of that, I turned it into a pocket. In that pocket, we have one of my digitals. This is an old digital. This is an old digital as well, but she likes fall. Fall is one of her, if not her favorite season. And so pumpkin, I absolutely love anything pumpkin. So I had to share. Why would that be rude not to? Duh. This came from my add-on kit for the digital, the Patchwork Bunnies. Also, there is a little bunny hidden, if you can see the little ears there. There's a little bunny hidden there. So we are, let's see if I have any glue. Of course, it's not going to work on cue. So take that down a little bit and secure that. Or I can do like this. Let me see. Flip her over. And I want it to be up though. So I'm just gonna put a piece of glue. I'm gonna glue that down. I'm gonna glue that down. Oh, you don't go there, do you? You go over here. And that is our pocket. This came from the top of this orange, the orange bags. These circles, that's what these are, these two circles, which creates our tabs. Flip it over. This belly band is from a magazine, and I don't remember which one. So this is Amazon packaging. We have a hidden pocket back here. I always like to include, if I have any of these gratitude pages. And then this is from the manila folder and from book page. Some stamping. And this is probably, it's not me cleaning off my brush. It's definitely intentional. I don't have a lot of it. We have some of the paint, some painted paper. But before I put this back in, I don't even think you guys were paying attention. There's two circles here. Now we can open it up. Genius! Close her back up and put her back in the pocket. Okay. This next page is a book page on this side, a magazine image on this side. We have our Hobby Lobby tag from our fabric. This is chalk paint with a little coloring and some of Tim Holtz inks. And of course, my famous, you've seen it throughout and you see it all the time, the Uniball, my gold pen. A piece of magazine down here, Ziwa, our fodder, our images, our piece of from the tea box makes a little pocket. Take her out. We have a little drink from Turmeric and Cleanse while we listen to some good old music. And on the back side of this journaling tag, we have some beautiful roses. Piece of fabric for our tab. Flip her over. And I don't want to open it, but it is the perfume or the scent where you lift to discover the fragrance. So I'm leaving that for her. And my loves, we have come to the end of this journal. Our sour gummy will be using as our purpose for a pocket. Okay. We have in this pocket, and it is a double pocket. We have the top of, is that this? This is the top of this bag. Okay. This is the top of this bag. This is a back pocket here. Now, my swap partner, she can't do cats because of allergies. So I figured I'd just share a little love with her and let the light in with this magazine image I found. I thought it was just adorable. She can cut it up, use it to her best ability, and let your imagination be your guide. Also in this pocket, I created with the box that those drinks come in, a little booklet. I folded it so it will lay flat, but it does have a little spine, less than a half an inch of a spine there, with some few pages. Okay, so that's in there. And of course, I could not let you go. All right, stop being. There we go. Love you too. One of my library cards. I told you guys that I am an advocate for mental health. This month is Mental Health Month. My journey started with making journals over 3 years ago now. Mental journey junk journals, and this library card simply says check in before you check out. So I like to include these cards in my journals that I make for my swap partners and clients that commission me to do journals for them. I just absolutely love them. Love, love, love them. They serve a dual purpose. Okay. So let's flip to the back side where we have that envelope and some magazine or book page here. And on the back side, I created fabric flower with book page leaves. I did cut out this digital, a moth. It has bits and pieces of some tulle, a little piece of vellum, and this is a hidden pocket. You gotta hold it at the right angle. Is it a hidden pocket, or are you gonna act like that? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I done put something in there before it dried. There we go. So we got a little mini tag here. Okay, book page back with some of the I think this might be cardstock, a little bit of off-cut cardstock. Okay, that's there. And we have a up tuck. So in that up tuck, we have a digital that I did create. The other bit to our box that we started with. And our famous chocolate bar. Oh my gosh, paper. Oh man, so yummy. More journaling opportunities. And an opportunity for her to try the product. If she hasn't already. I mean, who am I? I don't know. All right. And this last quote says, proof that discarded things still deserve love. Facts. I hope you all enjoyed my version of an orange crush. She is definitely a labor of love, and I am going to have to make more. My takeaways for doing this for the first time. I found that I enjoyed making bits and pieces or taking common household objects and turning them into works of art and usable bits and pieces. I just found that to be absolutely fun. I had a ball doing this. And I challenged myself, like I said, to stay in a color palette. So that was fun. I tend to use these tabs, bits and pieces like this in my own personal journal. But yeah, and taking the little bags and making hidden journaling spots or books, wrappers, flowers, like you can do it. Receipts, you can do it. You can do it. You can save what we have left of this world and save this stuff from going into the landfill. Absolutely can. So I hope that this was inspirational. I know that next time when I do normal a normal journal that has array of colors, I don't know how I will work with those perimeters. I have a lot more to offer with those perimeters. I definitely have an eclectic style when it comes to journaling. So we'll see. But I'm definitely going to have to do this again. Okay, let's wrap her up and get her underway because she has a home to go to. Okay, people, stop being nosy and go be great. Okay, stop being nosy. Now it's your turn to go be great and create. Enjoying my content? Well, come join our creative tribe. Subscribe, like, and share. I don't mind at all. Thank you.